Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to carry on that theme of frying meat in oil, adding potatoes, onions and things like that. Why? Mainly because I've got them all in stock, and if you've got them in stock, why go and waste more money? So that is exactly what we're going to do. I'll show a little clip that I did last night. So we've already marinated the pork. I will then show you the ingredients and we'll get straight in to cooking. So yeah, hope you enjoy. I'll see you at the end. Ta-ra for now. So folks, what we're going to do is we're just going to marinate this pork. Now this was part of a pork loin that we picked up from the butchers. We actually cut it into 4 different types, just so we can get 4 different dishes out. So all I'm going to do is put the pork in the dish, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add quite a bit of premium light soy. Doesn't matter if it splatters, folks. And then all I'm going to do is get my hands in there, give it a good mix up, and I'm going to put this in the fridge until tomorrow afternoon when I cook it for my lunch. So yeah, thank you very much folks, and I'll catch you on the next little bit of this video. It's going to be absolutely delicious. See you in a minute. So folks, the ingredients are 1 medium brown onion, I've got 1 red bell pepper there, I've got 2 scallions or spring onions. What I've done is I've got my finishing there and then my garnish just to make it look pretty at the end. There we have the soy marinated pork that's been in the fridge for 24 hours, 26 hours now, getting on. We got the potatoes, and we've also got some crushed chilies. I may add a little bit of salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of lemon juice as we go along, but I'll do that to taste. So yeah, let's get cooking. So folks, in a hot pan, we're going to go in with a bit of oil. Going to go in with around a half a cupful, give or take. You can just eyeball it at this stage. Just a little bit more there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that heat up, and then we'll get in there with the pork. So folks, the oil has now been warming up, and I'm just going to go in with that soy marinated pork, juices as well. All we're going to do for now, we're just going to get a bit of colour on this pork. So I'm probably going to cook it just in this oil for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then what I'll do is I'll put the lid on and give it about another 3 minutes just to help it cook through a little bit. So yeah, come back in a sec. So folks, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there, a little bit of pepper. Just be careful though, because there's already salt within that soy sauce that we've marinated it in. So you don't want to put it over the top. And then let's just go in there with a bit of pepper at this stage. Not too much, we are going to season as we go along. Now, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the lid on, and I'm going to give that about 3 minutes just to finish cooking through. I'll come back. So folks, I'm just going to take this lid off. Sorry for giving you a partial facial there. Just going to give it a mix. As you can see, we start to get a little bit of colour on there. And don't worry about the oil, because we will be removing the pork and the onions from the oil and then using the same oil to cook the to fry the potatoes in. I've just put it all in at the start just to save me putting it in later, doing it the lazy way, to be honest. But so now that's in, folks, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the onions. If I can. And then I'm going to drop the onions in there. Give that a good stir. Give it a good mix. And then we're going to go in with just a little bit more salt, not too much. A good helping of black pepper. And then what I'm going to add at this point is just a few of those crushed chilies. Not too much. This is not a hot and spicy dish. This is just a nice, gentle, heartwarming meal. We're going to let that do its talking itself. But yeah, I'm just going to give this a stir. Give it another couple of minutes. We're going to let them onions soften. And then we're going to take these out before getting the potatoes in. So yeah, nice and easy so far. I'll bring you back when we're on the next step. So folks, cook these long enough. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove these from the pan. What I did do while I was away, I added just a slight tablespoon of dark soy. I just want to give them that pork a little bit of extra colour. So don't worry if you think, oh well, why is the colour changed on it? Not to worry. But what I'll do is when I come to season the potatoes, I will then just be adding pepper, no more salt. There is now enough salt in this that I don't need to add any more until it comes round to tasting. Just get as many of them onions out. It's all flavour. And then what we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to go in with the potatoes. So I'll just empty this water out. And now all we're going to do, folks, is just go in with those potatoes. Going to give these just a quick mix, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid on. Now I'm going to cook these down for about 10 minutes, but every couple of minutes I'm just going to give it a stir just to make sure nothing's catching on the bottom of the pan. So yeah, I will come back when I give it a stir. So folks, we're just going to give this a quick stir. Sorry about that other facial there, guys. At this point, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put in the black pepper. And as I said, no more salt is needed now. Just give this a mix up. And I would say they are about halfway there to being soft just on the feel there. So I'm going to give these another couple of minutes, and then we'll go in with our peppers, garlic and ginger. Yeah, happy days folks, happy days. Right, lid back on. So folks, these have been in for approximately 10 to 11 minutes now. You'll see they're starting to give up some nice colour on there now. Oh, lovely, look at that, beauty. So these are just on the feel through the spoon. These are 80%, 85% done. So at this stage what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the bell peppers, a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon and a half of ginger, and I'm going to go in there with the scally onions. Now don't forget, I have kept some of the onions back just for garnish. So I'm just going to give these a mix up. And then I'm just going to, for the final time, I'm just going to hit them with a bit more black pepper. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the lid back on. I'm going to turn down the heat from 9 to about a 6, and I'm going to cook them out just a little bit, just until those peppers are nice and softened. So let's do that now, if I can. And there we have it. There's the lid on, and we'll come back once those red peppers are softened. See you in a sec. So folks, these have been in for about 3 minutes. I opened it the other way so you didn't get a facial this time. Just going to give these a quick stir. As you can see, those bell peppers have now softened. So all we're going to do now is we're going to go back in with the pork and the onions. Get all the juices and all the flavour in there. Give that a good mix up. Now don't forget the pork's almost already cooked, so this ain't going to take long at all. Maybe another 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And then at this stage what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some lemon juice. Just enough for about, I don't know, half a lemon. I quite like the taste of lemon juice anyway, so it's not a problem for me. But yeah, and I'm just going to cook this for about 3 minutes, and then it'll be time to plate up. So I'll come back to you when it's time to plate up. See you in a bit, folks. So folks, time to plate up. And I have to say, the aromas come from this is absolutely amazing. Like I said, this one's a little bit different There's not a lot of spices going on in this one. It's kind of nice, plain and simple. But that's kind of just what I was fancying today. So, never mind. That is enough for me. And then all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go in with some spring onions to garnish. And that, folks, is that. Let's have a closer look. So, folks, what do we make of that then? I've got to say the aromas coming off it is fantastic. The smell of that pork, those onions, the fried potatoes. I'm really looking forward to it. But let's go in for the star of the show first. Let's go in on that pork. There's a little bit of chew there. That light soy has kind of seasoned it quite well. I think at the minute the only thing that needs is maybe a little bit of lemon juice, but it's tasty enough. Right, let's go in for a bit of the potato. There we go. So buttery, just melted in the mouth there without any effort whatsoever. So this time let's go for pork, onion, potato, pepper and scallion, as you can just see on the end there. Cheers, folks. Bell pepper, so fresh, just pops in the mouth. That little bit of sweetness along with that onion, just giving it a little edge on there. It was caught, it wasn't quite caramelized, but yeah, that, folks, is just a nice tasty midweek meal. So yeah, let me know, would you cook it this way? Would you even try it? Like I said, I wasn't really fancying much spice today. I've had quite a lot of spices. Usually end up with the spice trumpets. If you know, you know. But yeah, thank you, folks, for another video. Thank you to everyone that's newly subscribed and everyone that's stuck with me all the way from the beginning. I really do much appreciate it. And until next time, adios.